give them fair to me. We're talking after this.
Okay.
Fair. I'll talk to me anytime. I got to be fair, then we got to have talks.
Any opening statements, Coach, or straight into questions?
Straight into questions.
Can you talk a little bit about the maturation process of Tony Ramos?
Tony Ramos is a guy that he thrives on. You can see how he walks like he's got energy, and he thrives on the challenge, and he thrives on being a big stick, so to speak. And in order to wrestle that way, you gotta, I'll tell you what, you better be ready, because when you're that way, I mean, you see him staring the opponent down at the beginning, and it's good. It's a lot of energy, and it's what we need. And he's done that all year, but now you're starting to see like there's more like ability to get to the legs, ability to put points on the board. So he has come a long ways a little bit. I mean, when I say a long ways, he's got a long ways to go. He's come some ways, and we got more to go, but he's on the right track. He's wrestling hard, and he gives himself a chance. Every time he gives himself a chance, that's what's important.
Tom, how about Luke tonight to come back from giving up an early one and then continue to build, and even when he's got the match in hand?
That's how you win matches like that. In situations like that, like a 5th ranked, 3rd ranked, whatever, number 1 ranked guy in America, that's how you got to beat those guys. You got to get to them, and then you got to keep getting to them. And if you remember, and you do, he gave up the first takedown. And so it's a lesson in a lot of ways. And keep plugging away. Don't just get the takedown, make it easy, and then start, coasting. Continue to build, and that's good stuff. It's a good template. It's a good lesson on how to beat good guys. You just keep coming. Don't let it squeak down to the end.
Does that apply to Derek St. John too?
It was, a little bit different there maybe, but, that Young, he really kept the pace high, and then St. John matched him. And good for St. John, because he's going to have to match these guys with that high pace. And then it looked like the other guy faded a little bit. I know he hasn't been in the lineup, but St. John capitalized in some areas there and put the guy away. But we got to have those firefights like that. We got to embrace that, because that's what it's going to be about with all these guys. You're not going to be able to strategize your way to win after win after win. You're going to have to, you're going to have to be tough and physical.
How do you feel about the response coming back from a big win Sunday?
I was concerned at the beginning. Maybe the locker room talk was probably one of the more unusual ones that I've had. And not saying that they weren't ready, but there's some things that I saw where, there were some guys that needed to wake up. And I'll tell you what, you better wake yourself up now ahead of time instead of a wake-up call in the middle of the match. You're trying to dig yourself out of the hole, and like raising a little bit. We don't need those kind of wake-up calls. We need the kind of wake-up calls where we wake up ourselves now, and then we go out and do battle, and then good things happen because we're ready to go. I said it a lot over the years. Gable cornerstone philosophy in this sport is if you're ready to go, good things happen. And our guys do a good job of getting ready to go, and that's what we got to keep doing.
What did you think of the response that Montel got before you went on the mat?
I didn't know if it was because of the T-shirts or Montel or what. I don't know what all the pageantry was going on, but if it's about Montel, then it's a good tribute to him. I'm actually going to talk to him and Mark a little bit tonight, and we're going to figure this thing out going forward. We got to figure it out quick, and I don't know what we're going to do yet, but we got to find a way to get both guys in the lineup. I know that. Those are best 2 guys.
Kinser's tough at 49. What do you do to change the outcome of that match next time?
I'm not sure. I would, yeah, he's tough, but we're tough too. So, we gotta do more to put ourselves in position to score, and over and real attempts. I think I remember saying that a lot. Make it real, make it real. Not just slapping at the leg or just getting kind of a half shot and hanging on. It's got to be like where it's like, it's like all the way, and then one more, and then one more, and then boom, my hip's coming underneath me, and I get him up in the air. That's how you beat a guy like that. So we didn't do enough. And, you know, the guy was on the ropes there, so he is tough. But we're tough too.
What changed for Jansen in that third period? He wasn't able to get to the legs.
Well, he has to learn that. That's something he has to learn. And I was saying it over and over in the corner, is learn how to score now. You know, we talk about it in the practice room. We want to see it in the practice room. And, you know, we get a decent response out of him sometimes. Sometimes we get a good response out of him. But you got to learn to do it out there. And he did learn to do it. So what changed is he just made up his mind. And that's sometimes what it takes, kind of like Lofthouse. Instead of hitting those shots and falling down, he's hitting those shots and putting the guy down underneath him where he's feeling our weight instead of the other way around.
So
And he learned a lot during that. That's how you learn, is when you do it in a live battle.
So it was more about confidence getting to the legs other than technique then.
I don't, if you want to answer my question for me, that'd be fine.
Do you expect many changes?
I don't believe in confidence. That's why I say that. I believe in confidence, but I believe in being bulletproof. I believe in going with what you're good at. I believe in attacking. I believe in building leads. And that's what confidence is. It's not just all of a sudden something clicks in my head and I'm confident. Oh, I'm confident, I'm going to go now. It's I'm going to go and I'm going to go and I'm going to go and I'm going to get what I want. And because I get what I want, there's a, you know, a glow about me or something.
You were talking about
You
Marion.
walk with it. It's that Ramos, you know.
Sorry, you were talking about Marion and Fallaway earlier. Do you expect any more changes, or
That's all I'll say on that. I need to talk to them. And do I expect any more changes?
just overall, like the other weights? You know, 174.
I think we're looking good right now. Jansen's looking good. Ramos is looking good. We got to keep an edge on these guys that are in backup. You know, I'll tell you what, funny things happen in this sport, so we got to keep an edge on them. And we got a pretty good group, but we need to continue to communicate to them that, you know, even if your role isn't what you want it to be, you still got to be all in, and you still got to march with that in mind. Because, you know, this isn't about just when I don't get what I want, I'm going to shut it down and fold up my tent. We got to stay tough as a team as well. And all personnel in all roles are very important.
Do you project Kerr to be able to hold that spot at 174, or is he going to?
There's a reason why. I mean, we had issues with Ethan Lofthouse, but they'll be resolved. They're already being resolved, and so 100% health was the question, and got to make sure we do it right. And so we got procedure done and out of the way, and now we're going with Ethan Lofthouse. He's our guy.
Any other questions?
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.